tweeted this Saturday night about Jake Paul's fight against Mike Perry. Jake Paul is the biggest piss bag I have ever seen in my life. 40-pound weight difference, juiced out of his head and still SHing himself in there. Nikisa, who is Jake's manager, you should take him to Vegas. Oh, that's right, you could never. The Athletic Commission testing, real fighting, bitch asses. You could never. And then calling out 60-year-old Mike Tyson fresh off an in-flight medical emergency. I swear to God, a fat can of bitch piss. Most valuable piss bag. Then Jake Paul had this to say about what McGregor tweeted.
Hey, that's up that you fired your BKFC champion, but I told you that was going to happen. You know, I told you exactly what was going to happen. He was big upping his boy Mike Perry. I said, okay, Conor, like after I up Mike Perry, then you're next. So Conor's on Twitter all the time. He's on his yacht all the time, but guess where he's not? In the ring fighting me. So he can talk all the he wants, but the notorious MMA is scared of Jake Joseph Paul from Disney Channel. And I put that on my mama.
Whoa.
Classic.
Hey.
Okay, so Paul,
Man.
who won the trash talk here?
Conor won the trash talk. I mean, that's fighting words. If I didn't know what fighting words was, you can't say all of that for the world to see. I think they got to get down. They got to schedule. They might have to say, hey, Mike, we're going to put you off until next summer. Mike will be a year older.
Yeah.
But we got to come to Conor McGregor. We got to move him to the front of the line right now, because for him to write that, that sounds like a genuine hate for somebody when you write those type of words. And this is the fighting sport, and these are fighting words. Might have to put that together. I don't know, man. That's too much for me to take. If I'm a fighter and another fighter is talking about this, I got to drop everything I'm doing. We got to set this up. This I'll pay for, 100%. Conor McGregor, Jake Paul, talking like that. McGregor ain't been in the ring. I'll pay for this. I'll go over asking price, and I actually will go to this fight.
I was going to say, I know
I'll actually go to this fight and pay for a seat up front somewhere to watch this.
It sounds like it won't be in Las Vegas.
It won't be in Las Vegas.
Yeah?
Don't look like it.
First of all, hearing you read that tweet was art, so
thank you.
that was really...
I think I captured some Conor in there.
I think you really did.
Man, I felt it.
Yeah.
Right?
Man.
Trash talk is not about cursing the most or being the best insult comic. It's about being clever. And Paul, you were a great trash talker in your day because it was smart.
This is disrespectful, though.
But that's my point. That's a different thing. When you say, oh, this is hate, this is disrespectful, he obviously cursed up a storm. That's different from trash talk, right?
It is.
And
I agree.
I thought actually what Jake Paul said after the match and saying, oh, he's not going to come fight me, and he's scared of a Disney kid. That's clever.
It's clever.
So
no, it was good. It was a good touche.
Yes,
yeah.
I think
he leaned into it.
Yes.
He leaned into it.
I mean, I think Conor was more serious than Jake Paul was, but that doesn't make him a better trash talker.
Yeah.
I've also interviewed Conor before, and I have never heard him, certainly in that interview or in any other ones, have a nice thing to say about any of his opponents.
Anybody.
So this to me also is a little bit of like, of course, this is what you're going to say. And you could tell from his tweets that a lot of his anger was disappointed with his own fighter, right? So I think that there was a little bit residual effect of that also.
Yeah.
But.
To me, and I've been doing this a long time, Conor McGregor is not a trash talker. He's the greatest SH talker I've ever seen because it's not just trash, it's SH.
It's different.
And the pre-fight press conferences he did with Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather's just overmatched because Conor just went berserk. And it was stand-up comedy worthy, but it was insult comic worthy because he would just go over the edge, across the line, where you'd say, you can't say that.
Yeah.
He got racist with Floyd, and I'm like, you can't say that. Watch me. Because he's trying to hype the fight, but he's also just, that's who he is. That's just who he is. And yet he's gotten it handed to him by Khabib and others because he talks his way into oblivion, because he lights fires in opponents that he cannot extinguish in the ring. And I swear to you, the end of Conor McGregor was that night against Floyd, because I don't know exactly how much he made, 50 million, 100 million, I don't know.
100 million.
I think it was 100, but I wasn't sure if I should believe he actually got 100 million.
Yeah.
But if he did, it put him on such an easy street that it ended him as a competitor, because it's just hard. It's hard to go in a ring and get smashed in the face when you got, let's say, $100 million in the bank. It's just not fun anymore. It's not worth it, right? Because you're fighting for what? Just for your pride? And so would he like an easy payday against Jake? And Jake's just scoffing at him like, no, you don't want any part of me. And I do think Mike Tyson would give Jake a much better fight than Conor would now.
Actually, Conor gave Floyd a decent fight for about 7, 8 rounds. I
thought it was pretty good.
I was there. I
Yeah,
was like, he did better than I expected.
I agree. I agree.
So he may give Jake.
I don't know. That was a long time ago, though.
But also, Conor was in his prime, weight-wise, fighting-wise, and he was in the gym a lot more.
Yeah, I'm just afraid Conor is not big enough to deal with Jake Paul. Jake Paul is bigger than you think he is, and he's longer than you think. I used to think Conor was long, but he's more like a 165-pounder who tries to fight up to 190. All right, does Team USA cover a 15.5-point spread versus Germany today? Is next. Chariot, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of it because he knows how to entertain, and it looked like that Tampa arena, it looked sold out to me. I don't know. Maybe they weren't showing the empty seats, but they said they had 17,000 there because Jake Paul draws.
Yes.
He draws on YouTube. He draws on Instagram. He draws. And that's why Netflix said, yeah, we'll put it on live stream. We'll play it live, okay? So I'm all eyes, I'm all ears, and you say Tyson will knock him out.
Let's just say he does beat Tyson. Now, what's next? I mean, do you guys have faith that he can actually fight a current boxer at his weight class?
But I don't think that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he became a YouTube star by knowing how to play to the camera, what to do, how to become popular.
So this is scripted
I'm
then,
not saying it's scripted. I'm just saying that
Jake, here you go, Mike.
he knows
here's the script.
how he can be successful.
He wants Canelo ultimately.
I mean, that's what he's saying.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Is that for real?
Ultimate goal.
Is that for real or is that a script?
I was going to say, that's the right thing to say. I don't know if he actually wants to.
Sound good. Sound good.
And he was calling out because Alex Pereira's called him out. So Alex Pereira's the light heavyweight UFC champ, and he's 6'4", 205-ish. So at least it'd be size to size where you'd fight somebody at your own size. But it feels like Jake is in that realm where he can just keep matching up where you say, oh, that's kind of interesting, because you can't really see what would happen.
You can't really gauge it because some of these guys ain't really boxers, fighters, or past their prime, or actors, or athletes, or just athletes.
Okay.
Just, you know,
well, there's a niche for that.
There is a niche for that. He's
end,
mastered it. He's figured it all out.
Is it entertaining? Yeah.
Yes, it
is.
Absolutely. And he has gotten better. You're absolutely right. Footwork has gotten better. Overall fight strategy has gotten better.
Yeah.
Again, doesn't mean he's an elite boxer, but he is certainly watchable. And the entertainment value that he brings to the sport, I just don't think you can discount that. I think that's really important for this sport right now.
Yeah. It's just perfect time. And think about it. Boxing is not where it was before Floyd Mayweather retired. You know, it's not where it hasn't gotten back to like the big fights and somebody you're excited to see. Like, who's boxing superstar right now? I think they don't have nobody who's carrying the torch since Floyd's left. So it left a void for him to come in here and create a niche to where now, since we don't have that guy, we can kind of like look at it as more entertainment, and we'll watch this now. Where when Floyd was fighting and boxing was at its all-time high, and the money, Pacquiao and all of that, if he had this fight, we probably wouldn't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest fight we've had was Mayweather-Pacquiao, and they were both over their heels, you know, like they were way.
McGregor.
Yeah, but I mean, now you're going UFC.
That's when it all turned.
Yeah,
but that's when it all turned right there.
Yeah.
Once you put the UFC in the boxing ring, he saw that and was like, shoot, I can do this, and it turned into like, okay, let's bring in guys from other sports, but they're still fighters, but maybe not, or great athletes, but they have a name. Let's put it together though, and make it something.
I paid $64.95 on Saturday night, and I got my money's worth. And my wife Ernestine said, "Are you kidding?" I said, "No, I'm not kidding." She said, "Well, I'm out," and she went in the other room. Okay, fine, sorry. Okay, back to team.